G'day guys, Socket here. Today's viewer's question comes from IchoSPL, who asks, once you enter manually the distances for the speakers, how does it affect the system if you click and change to distance mode and add some delay? So I think what Icho's asking about is, can you switch between delay and distance mode in the Helix DSP in the section where you enter all your timings and delays? Like, can you put in let's say, for example, 4.36 milliseconds, click on the button and have it display 150 centimeters, which is the equivalent in distance? And the short answer is no, you can't. Let me explain why. So let's go open up the software. So I'm running the DSP Ultra, so pick the model that applies to you. I'm also running the Bluetooth card, so we can start the demo. Now, it doesn't matter whether you use virtual channel processing or not. The doesn't change the result in the time alignment tab. So I'm going to say no to this, and then we're going to go up here to the time alignment tab, and this is the screen where you have all of your speaker outputs, so A, B, C, D, depending on how many channels that you have in your DSP, and you would normally have your, for example, tweeters on A and B, and your mids on C and D, and so on and so forth. And this is where you would add your delays for your individual speakers so that they would all play together in sync. So if you've used the Helix DSP before, you're probably familiar with this little window. Now, many DSPs have a input page for putting in your delays. Sometimes they want it to be entered in distance mode. Sometimes those DSPs want you to put the information in terms of time or milliseconds. But the Helix DSPs at least gives you the option to choose which you would like to do. So delay is in time, milliseconds, and distance is in centimeters and inches. And but it doesn't really matter which one you use. Delay and distance are interchangeable. I've made a couple of tutorials on this before. Most recently, there's a tutorial called The Language of Sound, something like that, where we cover how to do all these calculations and things. So if you're interested in all that techie stuff, go check that out. But let's use an example to show what happens in the Helix DSP. So let's pretend I have a speaker that is 1.5 meters away from my listening position. So that's 150 centimeters. And if I do all the calculations using the speed of sound, that turns out to be roughly 4.36 milliseconds. Okay, so let's see what happens if I'm in delay mode and I go and put in 4.36 milliseconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, there we go. And unfortunately, you can't just sort of click and punch the number in. You have to use these slidey things to enter the information into Helix. But anyway, it is what it is. So now we're using time mode or delay mode, right? And we would expect that when you click on distance mode that it should set the slider at 150 centimeters, right? I can see up here grayed out the distances that this is equivalent to, which is great. And I might go, oh, it's 1.5 meters away. It's not 4.36. It's clickety click click. I'll get as close as I can. It's it's more like 150.17, right, or 4.42. But let's go back with my calculation. All right, so let's click on distance mode and see what happens. And when we click it, it simply resets everything back to 0. The 4.36 is still there. I can see it. It's all grayed out, but it hasn't set the distance accordingly, as you would expect. So that's no good. So let's go back to delay mode now, and of course the 4.36 is there. But if I'm in distance mode and I actually add on a bit of distance, then all of a sudden the 4.36 gets overwritten, and for some crazy reason I'm now starting to get delays appear grayed out in the other channels. So something yeah, that doesn't really work the way that you would expect. So let's just reset that and go back into, sorry, let's reset that and pretend that we start in distance mode. So let's put in 150 centimeters, right? So 150, it's close, that's closer. 150 centimeters. Okay, let's do it the other way around. Let's say we're in distance mode and we want to go back to delay mode. So we click, it's reset the distance back to 0, and for some reason it's now popped delays into every other channel. So that is definitely not what we want. The short answer is you can't really flick between delay and distance mode in the Helix DSP. It kind of stuffs up all your delays and timings that you might have set in there. I think the reason that it's kind of set up like this is a bit of a clue here around, it says time manage alignment method, so indicating that you need to pick one or the other, because this is really linked to the Helix automatic time measurement tool. So if you click on it, this is the tool that you can use to have Helix automatically time align all your speakers. And I think those two little buttons are simply there so that you can tell the automatic time management tool whether you want your data populated in distance mode or delay mode when you use that tool. Now we're doing it manually, so we can have the luxury of picking which mode we want to work in, but you can't really flick between the two. It's not really designed to do it that way. So the best thing to do is to pick which mode that you want to work in at the beginning of your tune and just stick with it. So guys, I hope you found that helpful for Icho. I hope that's answered your questions. Once again, if you've got any questions or comments, please chuck them down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.